I'm going to make the future make sense to you. I'm going to make the future make sense to you. For decades, each generation in America lived better than the one before. Bigger houses, more opportunity, actual upward mobility. Although things took a wild turn, the people in power realized they can't sustain that anymore without giving up their own wealth. So instead of raising your standard of living, they're just lowering your expectations. Now they're telling you it's normal to have roommates at 30. It's normal to never own a home. It's normal to work 2 jobs. It's normal to delay having kids because you can't afford them. They're redefining poverty as the new normal and calling you entitled if you want what your parents had. And here's the part they're betting on. If they can convince you that struggle is just how life is now, you'll stop fighting for better. You'll accept less. You'll be grateful for crumbs. And anybody who understands social engineering knows the best way to control people is to make them believe their oppression is inevitable. So they're normalizing your decline. Celebrating tiny apartments, romanticizing the side hustle grind, making you feel lucky to survive. You're not asking for too much, they're just taking everything. We may not see each other again, so make sure to follow this page.
Okay, so that's basically, it's like it. Damn chemtrails, you know. But yeah, that's basically what they're doing, man. I mean, I try to raise my kids to do the best they can, as far as go to school, get a trade, apply it, applied science, right? And shit, they're trying to come back home and stay with me because it's easier. They done raised the rent up on these kids, and they can't take care of themselves anymore. And or they're having 2 or 3 different roommates. I don't even know these people. Everybody's got their own room, in a 3-bedroom house, right? I mean, this shit's getting bad, man. And these Edomites, they don't care, man. Fucking devils. And so, I mean, there's really nothing we can do about it at this point. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's just, these people are just, they're just evil, man. Okay. Right? Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed on earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. They which seen him shall say, where is he? Right? And, yet they will vanish forever, thrown away like their own dung. Those who knew them will ask, where are they? Yeah, though the pride of the godless reaches to the heavens, and their heads touch the clouds, right? And now you got these Epstein files coming out. Okay, I was listening to some of the things in these Epstein files. We all pretty much knew that the apostles and elders of Great Millstone had broke it down perfectly, as to who we were dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Our bosses at work, supervisors, just everyday Edomite Joe Smo, Joe Sixpack. Are all these people behind closed doors partaking in the wickedness that is Esau? I don't know. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let me see if I can. I'm like, wow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to, I think it was Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, right? Verse 9. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Right? And, they've got all these idols. You got celebrities getting on different platforms of social media talking about that they worship Satan. Right? Openly about it. Bob Dylan, or Bob Dylan, or however the fuck you pronounce his last name, he openly said that he gives thanks to the individual that gave him his seat. All these other people, Nicki Minaj, the other Mexican chick, I forgot her name. Okay, let's see, and some of these other singers, they all partake in the wickedness that is Esau Edom, which is drinking of blood, changing of kind, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 11. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. Right? For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. Right? I mean, yeah, because that's what they do. They're corrupting life, man. I mean, you know, what really hurt my feelings is that they actually used a 5-year-old child. You know, I can't get over this one. They used a 5-year-old child and used him as bait. Blackmailed the parents to come out of hiding, saying that if you want your child to be free, then you need to turn yourself into ice, just so they could deport the entire fucking family. But separate the child, because the child was born within the United States, and he's 5. See, so that's another baby that they could just throw into the mix of drinking of blood, right? Here it is. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22. Moreover, this was not... Something else done happened. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. For whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, right? Because I was going to make another video, or maybe I could just, yeah, that's what I think I'll do. I'll just add this in, add that other video in, right? They kept neither their lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, right? Because once they go to Hollywood, they're married, they go to Hollywood, and then they break up suddenly, right? And then get remarried to someone else. That's adultery, man. The Most High God in the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in his law as a precept says a woman is to stay with that one man. As an Israelite man, he can have as many women as he wants, but the woman is stuck with that one man. And the only way that she can be free from the law of the Most High God to her husband is that her husband die. That's the only way she could be free, to marry someone else. But what do they push here in America? Adultery, right? Spiritual. Neither kept their lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. Right? For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. Okay? They also unjustly swore in deceit, despising holiness. And this is the offense of the ungodly, for it is not the power of them by whom they swear, but it is the just vengeance of sinners that punisheth always the offense of the ungodly. So, long as these people that sin and would hide their sin, now they're open with the sin. Are they trying to set people up for the okie doke to normalize stylized violence? If they normalize violence, okay, soft violence, drinking children, adrenochrome, eating flesh, all this other human flesh and all this other shit, and they normalize it, You know, they desensitize you to what is right. Okay, and normalize what is wrong, what is evil, and what is wicked. This is America. Everything here is upside down and backwards, man. Right? Let's go to Isaiah. Was it 29, I think it was? Verse 16. Right? Here it is. Verse 15. Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are done in the dark, and they say, Who seeth us, or who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, He made me not? Or the thing framed of him say of him that framed it, He had no understanding? Salakia. Hold on. Salakia for that interruption. But anyway, let's go over here to some of this. I'm
going to make the future make sense to you.
Okay. The TikTok videos. Truth of the World, I think it was.
I'm going to make the entire world make...
Boom.
First time when we ever done it with Papa, the first time when we have done it, we had feared so much.
When you did what?
When we killed a baby, the first time. And
You killed the babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa holding my hand, he helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your hand?
He held my hand, yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife. He put his big hand on, and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head. Like that. And then when we got older, we got more used to it. But then we understood that when my mom found out about it, she told me that it's wrong to do this kind of stuff. But then me and Gabriel had still been used to it, but then we had understood that it's wrong.
And so, what's your decision is?
And in our decision, we had still a little fear in our head, but then when we read the book called June, it said that fear is the mind killer. So when we heard that, we thought that it was true. It was not really true. But then after, there was a man called Abraham who came to help us. He said that it is true, that fear is the mind killer. And then after, he said we had to face our fear. So then after we faced our fear,
Look in the camera. Camera is here.
and then after,
Camera is here.
and then after we faced our fear.
So what's you decided?
And we decided that we should stop. Or then we should
Come, Gabriel, come closer to Alice.
First time when we ever.
Okay. Now, we all know that little children are brutally honest because when they first come out of the womb, they don't know what a lie is. Okay. All they know is to report on what they see, what they've witnessed. That's all they know how to do. When I was a little kid, that's all I did. Is I just reported what I saw. I didn't lie about it. I saw it. I told somebody. Same shit. I mean, look. Okay. These devils have to be stopped, man. Okay. They're trying to normalize poverty. Break it down to where you're poor, destitute, in need of funds all the time. You have nothing. Okay. This is the wickedness of these devils, man. They don't give a shit about you. Right? Let's see. Let's go here. Proverbs chapter 16, I think it is. Verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Right? And these devils, okay, as you've seen from the two videos that I showed you, they have great pride. They don't want to share any type of monetary compensation. Okay? They don't at all. Any nation on the face of the earth can get along just fine. But as long as these elite Edomite troglodytes, aka cavemen, cave dwellers, as the Most High had stated, he who dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. As long as these devils are in control, the world's going to be turned upside down and inside out. Now, I really shouldn't even go into that. I should make that into a different or a separate video. But, okay, I just wanted to just touch base on what I saw, okay, and, you know, make a quick video about it, right? Listen to this. Once the herd accepts mandatory forcible jabs, it's game over. They will accept anything. Forcible blood or organ donation for the greater good. We can genetically modify children and sterilize them for the greater good. Control sheep minds and you control the herd. Right? Jab makers, Pfizer, Moderna, stand to make billions, and many of you in this room are investors. It's a big win-win. Right? We thin out the herd, and the herd pays us for extermination services. Now what's for lunch? This is the wickedness of these devils, man. Okay. What the actual fuck, man? Okay. But, I don't know. I that's what I saw, man. I saw that, and I thought that I would
Ever
go...
done it with Papa? The first time when we done it, we had feared so much.
When you did what?
When you killed a baby, the first time. And
You killed the babies.
Yes.
You yourself.
With Papa. Papa holding my hand. He helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held your hand?
He held my hand. Yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife. He put his big hand on, and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head. Like that. And then when we got older, we got more used to it. But then we understood. Then when my mum found out about it, she understood. She told me that it's wrong to do this kind of stuff. So then we.
Yeah, see? See, they tried to normalize it to a baby. So a lot of these people in Hollywood, a lot of the elites and their families, it's normal to eat human flesh. It's normal to drink blood. Okay? It's fucking normal. They've normalized it. Wow. Elder Malcolm was showing a video yesterday. I was watching his channel that was supposed to be the niece of J.E., right? Jeff Stein, right? Can't say his full name because you're preaching hate and you're doing some other goddamn ridiculous bullshit, okay? So, anyway, I've seen the video saying that his niece was saying that they thought that they were the JOOs. They were God's chosen people in the Passover and all this other shit, but come to find out that they are in a satanic cult. Just like this little girl, man. They were in a satanic cult. She grew up in a satanic cult without even realizing it. Okay?
Gabriel had still been used to it, but then we had understood that it's wrong.
And so, what's your decision is?
And in our decision, we had still a little fear in our head, but then.
I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on. And I mean, it's such a simple question, and it's haunted me ever since. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Ask yourself that question. Why do we have to pay to live on a planet we were born on? And who are we actually paying for the privilege of being alive here? Who made them the boss? Who put them in charge? Think about that. We're looking at a war over water, when instead of feeding the military-industrial complex, we could be building desalination plants all over the world so everybody could have water, so they could grow crops. But are we doing it? Hell no. Why would we want to do that? Why would we want to empower people to grow food and take care of themselves? Then we can't control them.
I'm not allowed to say certain things, so I decided to reveal the hidden truth in this ebook. If you want to understand what you are, where we are, This ebook will literally unveil that to you.
I don't understand why you have to pay to live on a planet you were born on.
Okay. And that's the same question. Okay. All these kids are coming up with. Asking questions. You can't blame them. Shit. Right? Like I said before, whilst they slew their children in sacrifices and used secret ceremonies or made revilings of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery. Right? This is exactly what they do. Forwarding superstition and bullshit. Anyway. Let's go back over here to Wisdom of Solomon. Chapter 2. Right? Verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. Let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. I speak as a man, okay, right now. But they're crowning themselves with these rosebuds are the children. Okay? Let no flower of the spring pass us by. No flower of the spring pass us by. Let's crown ourselves with rosebuds. That's when they crown themselves by entering into the anus, the anal cavity of little children, causing blood. This is the wickedness of these goddamn animals, man. Right? Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion, and our lot is this. Now, the tokens of the joyfulness of the wicked goes back to Job chapter 20, right? Let's go back, see if I can get that again. Job chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, but the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet shall he perish forever like his own dung. They which see him shall say, where is he? You go over to Isaiah chapter 14, right? Right? There it is, right there, verse 16. Isaiah 14 and 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, and did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Okay. And this is what these Edomites do. They have no mercy on their prisoners at all. Right? If a guy get, back in the 90s, when I was younger, back in the 90s, 1990s, you had young men that get prison sentences of hard 40 and hard 50, meaning that they would have to do 50 years, 40 years mandatory before they had an opportunity to do anything else, man. It was fucking mandatory that they had to do 40 to 50 years in prison before they're even considered for parole, probation, anything. Right? That's no mercy on a 16-year-old kid that made a fucking mistake, man. That is absolutely no mercy. That boy won't get out of prison till he's 66. He'll be incarcerated Scarface, what we used to call. Right? He'll come out in society. He'll see shit's done changed. Everything is all super technological and shit. He'll go back to prison. He'll commit a crime deliberately and on purpose and sit there and wait for the police to pick him up, so this way he could go back to his familiar surroundings of prison, being told what to do, when to get up, when to go to sleep, what time to eat, all of that. This is the wickedness of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Now, If a kid's get caught up in the system at the age of 15, 16, 17 years old, charged as an adult, got to do 50 fucking years. Okay? They've used this child to build over a 50-year period of time buildings, concrete, roadways, using the strength of his back, free slave labor, paying him 15 cents a day. Okay? In 50 years, he'll probably have over $2,000. If that, maybe 10. Okay? He'll stay out just long enough to spend up all the money on everything he wanted to catch up on, and then go back to prison by committing another crime. This is what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has done to our people. Right? Isaiah chapter 14, verse 17. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Right? Let's go to, let's stay in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Let's continue. Right? Let us oppress Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. They're doing that exactly, the same thing right now. Right? Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Are they sparing the widows? The women, ICE is snatching women out of their cars and just either disappearing them or unaliving them. What do you think they're doing? Okay, when you don't see these women anymore. Okay, they're gang raping these women. That's what they're doing. And then if they are released, they're threatened that if you say anything about this, okay, we're going to come to your house and do it again. Only this time we're going to cut your throat or something evil or wicked. And they're afraid. Okay? When the news media says anything about it, they go over what was rehearsed in order to stay away from the truth. This is the wickedness of these Edomite Caucasian devils. And now they want to come against everybody now. The IDF has infiltrated ICE. IDF trains ICE. ICE trains the IDF. Israeli Defense Force. Okay, these are those Gurkha troops that we were referring to a few years ago, back in 2020, 2022, 2021. That are, that way they're going to remove off from you the Northern Army, right? Army of the North, United States military forces. Salakia. Send them overseas, right? And bring individuals from the consulate of Russia, of China, and all these other things that don't give a shit about American citizens. Now they got them signed up with ICE. Okay, they got a mask on so you can't see their faces. And they do whatever they want to do. Now they can act with impunity. They can put you in jail and say you spit on the sidewalk. That's draconian law. Okay? All these things are going to happen in your lifetime, whether you want them to or not. See, we're at the end. Like I said before, Jacob's trouble is here, but so is deliverance. Like it says in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Right? Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Let our strength be the law of justice. They're working lawlessly. The people are bitching, whining, and complaining, standing on the street corners out there protesting the wickedness of what ICE is doing, but they have ultimately have no power to do anything about it. And ICE is going to continue to push and push and push the people until the people react, which is exactly what they want in order for them to implement martial law. Let our strength be the law of justice. Okay? So since they're stronger than you, that's justice. They can do whatever they want. It's injustice, actually. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education. And that's exactly what's going on, man. We stand on street corners risking our lives and freedom to upbraid these Edomite Caucasian devils of the wickedness and evil that they do. Okay? Okay? And we object to the transgressings of the education that they've got. The strength is the law of justice. To move lawlessly, out to operate above the law, to operate outside the boundaries of the Constitution, to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And then they have impunity, okay, diplomatic immunity, and a plausible deniability. Even if the camera's looking at it, it's plausible deniability. And because the Alex Petty murder or unaliving was made public, they blamed it on a couple of Hispanic individuals that just so happened to be there. You know, that's a separate video. All right? But anyway. Right? He professes to have the knowledge of the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of the Lord. Which is true. We are the children of Israel. Israel is the lot of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's inheritance. Okay? He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us even to behold. They don't like looking at us anymore. No more than we like looking at them. Right? The Latino and Mexicans that don't want to look at us and don't want to be a part of us are going to get their wake-up call. They're getting their wake-up call now because they're getting picked on big time. Shit, they used to shoot us down in the street, hang us from a fucking tree like it was okay. Take pictures. Hey, look, we hung us a nigger today. You. Okay? They never said a word. And as long as they tried to fit in and look like them, have their children, they felt like they were accepted. Now they're getting their fucking wake-up call. Right? For his life is not like other men's, his ways are of another fashion. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is his Father. See? Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Right? Let their strength be the law of justice, right? Let us condemn him with a shameful death. What death is more shameful than to be beheaded? Then you have a bunch of trumped up charges charged against you for wickedness, and you ain't busted a grape in a fruit fight. This is what Esau Edom is planning. This is his last ditch gambit. Okay. Let me go to second. Where was we at? Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse. Okay. Right. Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. You see, we didn't think about the latter end of the decisions that we made in this life. Okay? But you have those of us that have stopped to consider the ways of the Most High God and have returned unto the Most High through the servants, the prophets. Like it says in, was it Hosea? I think it is. Hosea chapter 4. Okay, no, it's not. No, I don't think it's Hosea chapter 4. No, let's see. Which one is that, man? I'm trying to remember now. Ah, damn, I can't remember. Right. Okay. This is a good one. Hosea chapter 1, verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah and will save them by the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh their power. And I will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, nor by horses, nor by horsemen. Right? And skipping down verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel. Okay, well, let's go back up. Salakia. Verse 9. Then said the Most High Yahweh, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto you, ye are not my people, here in America, where they call us niggers, blacks, Indians, Mexicans, right? There it should be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Okay? Where we're starting to call ourselves the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, okay, the tribe, okay, all of the 12 tribes. Okay, the tribe of Asher, okay, the tribe of Ephraim, right? The tribe of Manasseh, which are the Cubans, see? Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Okay? The day of deliverance. Right? And that one head, okay, that has the 100% truth is Great Millstone. They're the only people that got the 100% truth, man. Everybody else is just running their mouth. IUIC is still pushing Jeebus Crossed. Okay? Let's see, what's his name? Them over there at I forgot the name of them cats, man. Let me see if I can find that. It might be down here at the bottom. Salakia. Okay. Yeah, it is down here at the bottom, ain't it? Boom. Right? Boom. Check this out. Okay. I say denying the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shah. Right? ISUPK denying the servant who baptized Yahweh Shah, which is John the Baptist, right? Sakari denying the word of Yahweh Yahweh Shah, that's saying that since Paul the Apostle, Luke, and Mark, okay, and several other in all of the books that Paul wrote about, including Hebrews, the book of Hebrews now, okay, is no longer valid because those books were not written by the apostles. They were written by individuals that came after the apostles that believed on his word. So Sakari doesn't even have faith, the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, right? One body in Yahushua denying the works of Yahushua, raising the dead, feeding 5,000 one day, feeding 4,000 another day with 2 loaves and 3 fishes, 3 loaves and 2 fishes, right? Okay, raising Lazarus that come out of a fucking mausoleum wrapped in bandages. These are the works of Yahushua that one body in Yahushua they deny. GOCC denying the will of Yahushua, that the Most High Yahweh chose Israel the lot of his inheritance. The Israel that he brought out of Egypt with a strong hand and a mighty arm stretched out. These are the only people that the Most High gave the law, statutes, and commandments to, and that he scattered because of their continued disobedience at keeping those very self-same laws. And they've scattered unto all nations. So now the Israelites look like all nations. Okay? And, these are the individuals that would be called Gentiles. They're Israelite foreigners whose bloodline go back through the seed of their fathers, through the patriarchy, because this is a patrilineal thing, okay, that go back to the seed of the 12 tribes of Israel, one of the 12 tribes. This is the will of Yahweh Shai. This is the will of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, all that is there in the foundations of water. However, GOCC denies that will. That Judah and Israel shall be saved. Those that call, look, the phone had to chime in on that one. You hear that? The phone had to chime in on that one. Okay, only Israel is to be saved, but GOCC, they deny the will of the Most High. Right? But anyway, I just wanted to touch base on a little bit on that. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.